Alright, we got a little bit of a crack, but it doesn't matter. I mean, the wood's all figured and stuff. I might put some of the darker dye down in there so it looks just like all these little swirly bits. It did drift a little bit with the weight on it. It slipped over that way very slightly, like 1 millimeter. It's not entirely central up here, which could be a problem. I'll have to bear that in mind. I'll have to work with a real center line. I can't use this as the center line anymore. I don't think it'll be noticeable. Other than that, everything's looking okay. Gonna have to sound this top anyway. Now we're gonna use the look how small it is. It's probably too small. I had to make sure it would fit in the corners here. We're gonna go around the outside. We're gonna go around here, all the way around. The bearing there, look, will follow the guitar, and the cutters up here will do the cutting. Lovely job. Alright, I've marked a true center line. That's the top one, and the glue joint is down there. Look, you can see it deviates a little bit. I don't think anyone's going to notice, that's fine, but we're going to work with the true center line. You can ignore that and that, just ignore them. This is well, it's a Fender Telecaster, so it's got a 25.5-inch scale length, which means from the nut to where the saddle is 25.5 inches. I've marked that somewhere there. That's the center of the saddle's travel. I've put a saddle on the bridge. I adjusted it back and forth to establish where its center of travel is. So that's 25.5 inches right there. And then from that, I got front of the bridge is going to be about there. I kind of stuck the bridge on then, and I've marked the center of the bridge on the bridge with tape. Adjusted it to the center line so it's in the right place. Marked the screw holes. Now I think I'm going to drill them. To drill straight holes, took a chunk of aluminum, screwed it up a couple of times, but drilled a hole on either side that's in the same place. Yeah, I know it's not on the cross, it wandered a bit, but it wandered the same way on the other side, so that's all good. Alright, so this is how we do this. We put our drill through, located in our little starter hole, slide it down flat. There we go. I've screwed the bridge down. Now I'm just drilling just little starter holes. And I'm going to take the bridge off and use my little contraption again. So yeah, holes are all nice and straight, and they've come out straight on the other side too, with no drill press, because I don't have a drill press. In fact, if I had all the tools, the top would be on straight. Anyway, crack on. I'm going to mark for the cavity for the neck pickup. I've decided to scrap the idea of using a bearing cutter to follow the hole that's under the top there, because they're not exactly in the right place. I want it to look nice and everything, so I'm just gonna make the bottom conform to the top instead. Okay, that's cut out all neatly. Now I'm gonna do one pass just for the bottom, because I did go down into the epoxy there, but it was quite thick, so I've got room to work. So yeah, the new holes don't line up exactly with the old ones. That, by the way, is not an overhang, that's just discoloration. It looks like a shadow. We've got that one little place there, look. See, we've got one little undercut. We can fill, we can leave it. No one's going to ever see it. But, I don't know, I might fill it. The bottom's nice and flat now as well. All good. Once the inside is painted, no one's going to see anything. Well, no one's going to see anything anyway. Whatever. So, there we go. One nice, neat humbucker hole. Once the inside has been sanded a bit and painted, that'll be lovely. Don't know why I'm painting the inside, you never see it. I was going to put LEDs in there as well. So, find the other one. See? It's there. But I'm gonna screw the bridge down and mark the hole, I think. Yeah. And I'm also going to draw around the bridge, which I've kind of done, but I've adjusted things since. Because I'm going to set the bridge down a bit, because I don't want to shim the neck. So I'm going to recess the bridge a little bit. I've marked off where the hole in the bridge is for the bridge pickup. Also, This is very tight. This hole is almost exactly as wide as the bridge, so I stuck a little bit of masking tape in here, just in there and in there, to give myself like an extra millimeter or so. I'm going to stick that down, I'm going to route that out, and then I realized control cavity. I'll use the template router to route that out. Then I'm going to make a template for our other control cavity here for the single coil, the series of parallel switches for the pickups. It's a little hexagonal plate dealie from a Fender Jaguar, I believe. Alright, this is weird. Now these holes don't align very well at all. We've got a hell of an undercut there, and I had to route away a chunk of wood there. But I know that I measured the right scale length to the middle of the saddle's travel. And I do know that before I did have to adjust the saddles all the way back on some of the strings to make intonation. And I think on some of them I barely could do that. So yeah, but that seems like a lot. It is possible though that rerouting that I moved the hole over. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in the right place. We'll see. So now we're going to cut away the hole for this control plate here. We're going to use the hole underneath as a template because we know that's in the right place, so we're going to use the bearing cutter on that. You see, here's the original body and here's the top that we put on. This is the cutter, not the silver thing, there's a bearing. The blue bit is where the blades are. I don't want to touch it because it's on. And yeah, it goes down in the hole. We go vroom, vroom, vroom. The bearing doesn't let it go beyond the old wood, so yeah, the new hole matches old hole. All done. So you get the idea here. These little bits here, look, these imperfections, it's from where some epoxy has dripped in there. I thought I got that out. Never mind, I'll clean that out and then I'll go around it again. And some there. We had a little bit of an incident there where we went a bit too far because there was no wood for the bearing to roll on. Okay, and here's our control cavity. I don't remember if it was that shape. I could have sworn it was rounded up there. No, it wasn't. Okay, this bit here where it comes in, that's perfectly normal because this particular model, it's a Jerry Donahue Telecaster, had a 5-way selector switch that was wider. So now I'm going to take a little knife, I'm going to cut off the bits of epoxy that have dripped down, then I'm going to go around it again to neaten the end. Now you're asking, why didn't I cut away the dripped epoxy before I did this, before I routed this out, so that the template would have a smooth surface to follow? Well, yeah, I couldn't, could I? Alright, it's completely surrounded with wood. Think about it, people. Alright, I'm not entirely sure where to put this hole. This little X here, that marks the point where the holes I drilled into the block that I inserted in the old hole, if you remember, way back when, where they meet, where I was aiming for. It was roughly the middle of the old hole, I think. I'm just going to put the hardware roughly in place. That goes about there. It's kind of a little sneak preview as well. That goes about there. Oh, I moved the bridge. Disaster. Let's come back a bit. Pickup ring. It's about there. Now, take a step back. Oh, that way. Something like that. Like, if I go by the old mark I've made, that can't be right. I don't know if that looks right. I think I like it up here a bit more. I do. I think. Let's look at that. Right, so it's over that. Oh, it's straighten everything. That's not straighten everything. Like that, or down like that. Do you know what? I don't mind the idea of it down. I don't know. No, I think I want it up a bit so it kind of balances this space between these things here. Damn, man, this is tough. Put it back there. thing I don't like about here is you've got a round edge there, butting up almost against a straight edge there. Don't like that. I want some space between those maybe. But then kind of this curve and that straight edge kind of offset all that in some kind of weird way. We can't have it bunched up against this and a big load of space over by that cutaway. So I'm thinking something like that. And it can't go too far up this way because there's a comfort carve under there and I don't want to route down into that or the hole. Yeah, I'm liking that. That's pretty good. So I'm going to draw around that quickly and then I'm going to route the hole out. Okay, got the template stuck down. More routing. So, there we have a nice neat hole. Doesn't look square though. It should be square. I've measured off the center line. Something else isn't square. Well, as long as everything's square at the end.